Hey, so Martha, are you ready?
Yes, anytime I'm ready. Okay.
I'm not removing this.
I can do it.
Okay, let's start. Hello guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Aupair. To those new to this channel and to those who've always been there, welcome back. So today we have a visitor.
Hi guys, my name is Martha Finance.
So this is my first collaboration with Martha Finance, and she's doing beauty and lifestyle videos. I'm going to leave a link down in the description below to her YouTube channel and you can just check it out. If you are into makeup and stuff, guys, I've got you. This is the right person.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
You're welcome. So today we are doing things that you can do after doing your Aupair. Like last time when I posted my my Aupair experience video, I'll leave the link up here and you can check it out. Most people were asking me what then, like what happens when you are done and what are the opportunities that you talked about in your video that you can actually do after your Aupair. And today we're going to talk about that because me and Martha were both
Aupairs? Which year?
2015 I started.
Okay, I was an au pair in 2010.
2010.
I've also talked about this on my channel as well, and so many questions arise after these videos. Amazing. You guys really want to know this, right?
It's very important, I think.
Yes.
Yeah, so we're going to talk about that today. So Martha, are you ready?
Yes, anytime I'm ready.
The first thing that you are doing is socially, like you do your 1 year au pair. Like I'm talking about people who are coming to Germany with au pair visas, not with travel visas or anything. I'm talking about people who are coming with au pair visas, and after this 1 year you have an opportunity to do a social year. So what is social year? Social year is more like voluntary work that you do working for the government in social places like hospital, old people's homes, schools for disabled or homes for disabled, all that stuff.
Sometimes even kindergarten.
Yeah, true, yeah. And sometimes in kindergartens, and you are doing it, it's called voluntary because you're not really getting paid. In this way, you are working a full-time 8 hours, but you are getting pocket money.
Yes, you're getting pocket money in real sense, as in not like a salary, but pocket money. It
also depends on where you are. Obviously, in bigger cities, you're getting more than in smaller cities. So I think in Munich you're getting more.
It depends, because you have to differentiate. In social year, you differentiate between BFD and FSJ.
Yeah, true. And BFD is when you're more than 26 years old.
No. You can do it even if you're younger. Like it doesn't matter which age.
Which age is that?
Yeah, they're just different. But BFD you get more money as FSJ. I don't even know why.
Okay.
Yes.
So a BFD stands for Bundesfreiwilligendienst.
Genau.
FSJ is
Freiwilliges
Soziales. Yeah. It's totally different, I think. Yeah, but so there are these two options during a social year that you can actually take. So it depends. Let's say you want to be a nurse after that, it will be better for you to do your social year in a hospital.
Exactly.
So that,
if you want to work with kids, then you can do your social year in kindergarten. One thing we should remember is before you, like, it's not a must. You have to you have to inform yourself after the social year. What happens is you need to go back. You need to go back to home. It's not a must for you to get a place or a slot to do the social year, but you have to look for it yourself. Okay, nobody does it for you. You have to do it for yourself.
True, yeah. And then if you're not getting it on time, then you might as well go back to Africa. Like, this is the only way that can keep you in Germany to get a social year place.
Yes, one of the ways you can stay after the au pair year. Yes.
Yeah, true. It's one of the ways. There are many ways, of course.
Right. Yeah. So the other way, the uncommonly talked about, is getting married.
To a German guy.
Getting married to a guy. not even a German guy, just someone who has a residence, a
Yeah.
permanent residence here in Germany.
True, yeah. So it's the easiest way actually. Just get yourself someone with permanent residence and you're staying for the rest of your life.
It depends. I don't know if it's always easy. I think it's all easier when you marry for the right reasons.
Yeah, true. Yeah.
Because if you marry just for the papers, you will not be happy. Yes, you will stay, but you won't be happy.
Okay. Yeah, this is also very true. Like, what happens then after social year, Martha?
What happens after social year is either you go back home, that is always the first option, or you can find a way to get a place for apprenticeship. You do your apprenticeship, which is kind of like college, or you can, you can go study.
Yeah, you can study
But
in a university.
Right,
Yeah.
but you don't go directly to university. You have to do 1 year of preparation. It's called Studienkolleg.
Yeah, true. But when we talk about apprenticeship, what type of apprenticeship that German offers, like maybe the easier ways for au pairs or anything?
The most easiest is nursing.
Yeah.
Either nursing for old, what do you call it?
Yeah, or for old people.
For old people,
or for working with
kids,
disabled.
or disabled.
Yeah, so there are actually
Or
maybe these
healthcare.
three, healthcare. Yeah? There's this 3 types or 4, I think, which is the most easiest one is nursing, or you can work with disabled people, or you can work with old people, or you can work with kids in kindergarten. These are the most common ones or the easiest ones because they are in demand. Like German is looking for all this type of people who can work in this sector, in the social health sector.
So which one did you choose yourself?
Me, I did, after my social, I did Bufti actually, and then after my Bufti, I did this apprenticeship for working with disabled people.
How much were you earning at your Bufti?
My Bufti, I think my Bufti, I was getting 380 euros.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Are you sure you did Bufti or FSU?
I did Bufti.
I was earning 500 and something.
You lie. Yeah, but I talked about it that it depends on the city where you are.
Oh, okay. I was getting more.
Yeah, but Munich is also expensive.
Right.
You know,
Right.
Than my place. Yeah.
But I didn't think the difference would be that much though.
But you're doing
550.
You're doing in a hospital.
Oh yeah, that is also the difference. When you work in, maybe you do BFT in a hospital, you earn more, you get more, like not earning but.
Yeah, I think you're getting more pocket money in this way when you're working in a hospital. And I think the other advantage with hospitals is that they also give you accommodation, right?
Not all of them, but I think that a lot of them do offer accommodation for less money.
They offer accommodation. So did you get accommodation?
Yeah, I do. I did get a place in Vonheim, what do you call it?
Yeah.
Vonheim. So I used to pay around a little bit less than 100 euros. So paying rent 100 euros, you have 500. So you still
get
good.
Something to live. Yeah, true.
Yeah.
And then the most important thing I think about getting a place in a hospital is because of this accommodation. Because if you don't have accommodation, sometimes they might deny you a visa to do your social year.
Yes.
For example, in my case, it was like I was getting 380, and then when I was telling them I got a place for social year in the immigration office, and I'm getting 380, they said, no, you need to get a place where you can stay for free because 380 is not enough for you. So they actually denied my visa.
Oh no.
Yeah, in the beginning they actually said, no, you can't do this, find a place where you can stay for free.
Okay.
Yeah,
and so did you find a place to stay?
Yeah, and then I moved in with my boyfriend.
Okay.
And so it was easy. Then they said, okay, if you have a place for free, then you can stay. So it's really advisable to get a place where they offer accommodation.
Yes.
What did you do? We haven't talked about what you did after your social year.
After
your apprenticeship.
Okay, what I did, like after my au pair year, I found a place in the hospital for my BFT, and then as soon as I landed the spot to do the BFT, I started looking for apprenticeship, like immediately. And I was lucky enough not to have to complete the entire social year. I just did for 6 months, and then I got a spot in the apprenticeship. I was like, thank you.
Like, were you not afraid in terms of language or anything? Because they say nursing is very hard.
No, I learned my language really quickly.
Yeah, it was okay for you.
Yeah,
okay.
It was.
Yeah, normally this boofty that you can do after your Aupair, it lasts, I think, 1 year, right? Or you can...
Normally it lasts 1 year.
Normally it's 1 year, but you can shorten it to 6 months like her.
Yes.
Or you can make it for 24 months. Like
you can
prolong it to 2 years, depending on your language. Like, this whole social year thing is also helping you to learn the language
Exactly.
this whole year. This is why it's advisable for you to do it. Like, even if it's 6 months, even if it's 1 year, even if it's 24 months, depending on how good your language is.
Right.
Yeah.
Also, there was a girl that I had that came directly from Aupair to apprenticeship. So if you're that good with your language, you can directly apply for your apprenticeship.
Yeah, this is very true. Like, you don't need to do the social year. The social year you can
skip it.
Yeah, you can skip it. But it also depends on what Ausbildung you are doing, because some of the Ausbildung need this 2-year experience.
What do you mean?
Like, it also depends on what apprenticeship you're doing, because some of these places need a 2 years experience. Like, for my Ausbildung, I needed to have a 2 years experience in this care jobs.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
For nursing specifically, like healthcare nurse, you don't need experience.
You don't need, Me, I needed prior experience, and it was exactly 2 years, and then it was my Aupair and my social year. This is why I could get it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, you have just to inform yourself whichever case you're in.
And how about studying? Do you know anything about studying? Because I hear, okay, maybe before we talk about studying, the good thing about apprenticeship is that you're getting paid more than in your social year.
Definitely.
Yeah, so you're getting up to 800 to 1,000, especially nurses are getting paid the most, I think.
Healthcare nurses, you mean in terms of
apprenticeship? Like, when you're doing your apprenticeship, you're getting paid more.
I think so. Compared to
social year.
Kindergarten. Okay, so
compared to kindergarten, you're right. Compared to kindergarten,
old homes
or disabled people.
Nursing, I mean the best.
Yeah, true. So this is also the good thing about apprenticeship. When you start your apprenticeship, you're definitely getting paid more, and more than in the social year, of course. And also, if you're doing nursing, you're getting paid more than the kindergarten and all the others.
Right.
Yeah. And I also think maybe it all depends on where you are, but usually nursing pays more. But would you say apprenticeship nursing is tough? Because most people say it's...
I don't want to say it's easy, but I also don't want to say it's impossible. It's not impossible. It's not easy. You just have to take your classes seriously. And you have to improve on your language, as in, because you learn in German. So there's no way you're going to ever escape German while you live here and you want to work here.
Yeah.
So as long as you understand what the teachers are saying, and you kind of like, I don't know, I didn't find it that hard.
Okay. Yeah, so it also depends on individuals. So it's also important to know that the language is very, very important, especially when you want to do apprenticeship. And I hear when you want to study, because there is also a way that you can also study, but you need to have about 10,000 euros in your account.
7,000.
7,000, yes.
Yeah.
You need to have 7,000 euros on your account for you to be allowed to start to go to university.
Exactly.
Yeah, and then you also need, I think,
or
C1.
Either 7,000 in your account, or somebody who is going to sign for you to sponsor you.
Okay, someone who's going to sponsor you. And then in terms of language, we're talking about language. In apprenticeship, what certificate of language do they want? Which ones?
We need a B1, but I hear momentarily they need B2.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, I also needed B1. I'm not sure about the current situation at the moment. I did it in 2017 and they needed B1.
Wait, what do you mean for apprenticeship? For
apprenticeship.
Okay, yes, it used to be B1, but I hear it's B2 now.
Nursing, and me working with disabled people, it's B1. I don't know the current situation. It used to be B1.
When was that?
2017.
It might have changed, because some few things have changed since then.
Yeah, so
just inform yourself.
Yeah, just inform yourself. And then with the university, they need
I believe C1.
C1.
I believe C1.
Yeah. So in terms of studying, since we both didn't study here in Germany, we can't say a lot, but it's also a way that it's also something that you can do after you socially. What we know is just about this 7,000 and C1 certificate, or someone who can sponsor you while you're studying, and all the other things. I think you just need to find out. We don't have much information. We are talking about working with disabled and nursing because we did this thing. So I think that's it for today's video.
That was so short. Thank you so much for having me again.
Thank you so much for coming to me again and for saying yes to this. You know, she has a whole lot of subscribers in her channel, and then I was thinking, oh my god, I'm filming with the celebrity tomorrow.
No, stop saying that.
And yeah, thank you very much for allowing to do this with me. And that's it for today's video. That's it for today's video, guys. I'll see you on my next video, and if you haven't subscribed to my channel, please do, and please go check Martha Finest and comment down there and tell them you're from Real Life with Bella, and I'm sure she will be happy.
I will.
I'll see you guys on my next video.
Bye.
Bye.